Hey,
Welcome you live with Stace the Speaker and the brothers of the 2nd District of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Gentlemen, it's good to have you here again, Brother Donald Williams. So good to see you once again.
Good to see you.
Absolute pleasure to have you. I'm so glad to have you on so you can tell us about what you're doing in the community and just take the time to let everybody know how you're making an impact.
Hey, first I want to thank you so much for having us on your radio show.
Oh, absolutely.
We want to congratulate you and your staff for creating a forum where voices can be heard.
Absolutely.
And so today we are excited to have two distinguished Omega leaders of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, 35th District Representative Sherman L. Charles, and doing a wonderful job, responsible for 5 states. You're going to hear from him.
Okay.
And then our international chair of Fatherhood and Mentoring. From a macro standpoint, he's going to share what's going on around the country.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely good to have you, sirs. I want to take the question over to you, Brother Fairchild. I noticed that, having worked with Brother Donald on some things that Omega Psi Phi has done, really into mentoring, really into impacting the next generation. And I want to know, why is fatherhood and mentoring so important to Omega Psi Phi fraternity, and especially with this chapter, but internationally and abroad? Why is it so important?
Omega Psi Phi fraternity, back in 2008, 2009, we ended up engaging a partnership with President Barack Obama. He had an initiative in the country that he wanted partners with, and it was fatherhood and mentoring. So we agreed to do that partnership. We passed it to our national organization, and of course they blessed it and approved it, and we've been engaged in it ever since. We've been engaged in mentoring for a long time, but to add the fatherhood element to it was real key, because when you really think about mentoring, you're really doing the father's job. So they want to engage the father in it. So
Absolutely.
what we've done, it's based around 4 principles. One, where we advocate for policy change. Second thing is to do partnerships with counties or states or whatever, and engage in the process. Another thing was to make the public awareness, of the issues of fathers. And it seems like there's not a lot of dialogue about the role of the father, what the father does. And of course, the way society is set up, it kind of favors the female. Not a lot of attention on the father, so we want to put a little attention to that. Bring attention to the importance of the father being involved in the lives of the children.
Absolutely.
And of course, the last element is celebrating the father.
Yes.
Recognize that father, basically saying thank you for the job you're doing.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we've been with this, and it has proven to be a very good thing for the brothers to be engaged in around the world. I mean, in fact, yesterday I got a report in from Germany, from a program they're working over there. We get from Japan, Okinawa, and different locations where we have chapters, but all around the world we're engaged in this thing very well.
I like what you said about celebrating the fathers. With our show, The Real Husbands of Largo Live,
Right.
One of the major things we do through the Real Husbands of Largo, one of our major goals is highlighting positive fatherhood. Because like you said, a lot of these things in society, maybe in the court system and different things, they do favor the mother. And I like to see that you guys are doing a lot to change that. Are there any, or what particular programs do you have that are in the area that people can look out for, be a part of, especially the people watching now? If they see this and they say, hey, I like the way that sounds. It's good to hear that things are going on in Germany. What can I do right in this local area?
I'd like for them to address that, because they can address the local environment.
Hi, my name is Sherman Charles. I'm the 2nd District Representative. This district covers New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland. And I can highlight a specific program in Annapolis, Maryland, where we're recognizing fathers, where we're engaged in the legislature to change the laws to make education of fathers that are coming back from incarceration, and making sure that these fathers are engaged with the social action program, social activities in Annapolis, to make sure that those programs, that we work with those fathers to bring them engaged, to educate them, to integrate them, and so they can have time, so they can get jobs, so they can interact with their kids and be fathers.
Yeah. You know, last time you guys were here, you talked about something. I don't know if we talked about it enough, but there was actually a program that you guys were doing that helped them to expunge their records and pay for that if they had a record, anything that might get in the way of them having a job, anything that may stand in the way of them getting back into contact with their kids. What have those results been like? Have you had a lot of personal stories or things like that? Or maybe tell us how someone may have began the process, and now as they've gone through it, the successes that you've seen when you are carrying out this program.
We witnessed this summer at the Annapolis Awards program with Mu Road chapter and with the city of Annapolis, where there was a young man who was incarcerated. He wanted to run his own business. He wanted to become a truck driver, wanted to own his own truck, and he got trained. He's got his C license, got his own truck, and started his own business.
Wow.
And the city assisted with that along with Omega Psi Phi in working with him.
Wow, so he's in business. So
he's in business.
That is amazing.
It is.
That is amazing because that's something that we need. It's one thing to talk about doing things, and maybe sometimes people like to turn the camera on things that they're doing. But when you empower somebody by giving them a way to feed themselves, feed their children, not just for a day, but generationally, that's an amazing thing. I think that what you're doing is something that's getting ready to change a generation, and that's what we need.
Well, we need fathers.
Yeah.
A father can only teach a man how to be a man. We got a lot of mothers that are single parents that are doing the best that they can, but it takes a man to teach a man how to be a man.
Yeah.
Also, it takes a man to teach a daughter how to demand respect, how she should be treated by a man.
Yeah.
Only a man can teach his daughter how to do that.
Yeah.
How he should open doors. A man should open doors
Absolutely.
for his daughter and to demand respect.
Absolutely.
So that's so important.
Yeah, that reminds me of once that my daughter came to me and told me that a boy asked her for a kiss on the bus. Now, I almost lost it, but I didn't. She was 4. So it wasn't a big deal. But I simply told her, honey, tell her that right now your kisses are safe for me, or tell him that your kisses are safe for me. And she went there the next day and said, my daddy said I can't kiss you because all my kisses are safe for my daddy. But being able to be there for that seems like a small thing, but how to listening to you say what we or what you are instilling in men to instill into their children, I absolutely believe that will change a generation. Tell me, well, go ahead.
We're mentoring young men, but we're also mentoring fathers.
Absolutely.
The fathers play such a huge role in a man growing up to become a man.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
I wanted to share a story. My daughter was molested from age 7 to 11. I was in the Army serving in Germany at the time, so I was not there. I was serving my country.
Yeah.
I learned about it later, and I was just devastated, heartbroken that I wasn't there, because when she turned to her father was serving his country.
Yeah.
So fathers have to be there and available for their daughters, for their sons, and for those other fathers who were incarcerated and coming back.
Yeah. Because I know that there are men who will hear this, have similar situations, have things that they have gone through, and they may be having a hard time finding their way. They know that they need mentorship. They know that they need a hand. How can they connect with what you're doing? What are ways that people who may be listening now, who may see this, what are ways that they can support, and get in contact with you and support what you're doing in the community?
Well, there's New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland, and each community has a fraternity, a chapter.
Okay.
Reach out to Omega Psi Phi in their local community, and 9 out of 10 times you have a chapter that's committed to mentoring young boys as well as the fathers.
Absolutely.
I'd like to address that across the country, and it's one thing we've talked about men getting involved, but across the country, around the world. We got 750 some chapters. So those men are available, and what we're trying to do is engage every possible man in this thing because we need to have men to step up. And I want to address one little minor thing that we left out. We also have put together a program called the Future Dads Program. And the Future Dad kind of gets in front of the program, talk about what's going on, how to be a dad, because most times we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
We wait till you get in it.
Right.
Now you make all the mistakes. We're trying to get in front of it to address it. And one of the things we're finding, especially when the ages of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, a lot of those are dads. So when we're mentoring, we're also sometimes mentoring dads at the same time.
Yeah. Wow. That's
You think about it, 14, 15, and 16, you're experimenting before you know it.
You are.
You're a dad.
You are. And especially if you don't have somebody there telling you what pitfalls to avoid.
And what responsibilities that you have when you engage in sex.
Absolutely, that come with that. You know, I really appreciate you guys coming by and being a part of this because, as I said, one of the major goals of this platform and the Real Husbands of Largo is to highlight fatherhood. It's to highlight family. It's to highlight marriage because I think we understand that that's powerful in our community. I want to thank the brothers of the 2nd District of Omega Psi Phi. I really appreciate you guys. And make sure you tune in. Our live show's coming up next. That was excellent.
Excellent. Thank you.
That was excellent. You guys are pros, man.
This is my first time.
You know what? When you were talking, I saw